Hello, everybody, and welcome to my screencast on writing research questions. In order to write your best research questions, you need to remember your end goal. You need to look back at your previous work and remember what you're trying to find out. Talk to your team and make sure that throughout the whole process, you're communicating with each other and you're all working towards the same goal so that when you come together with your questions and you come together to meet, you're not all going in different directions. It will make things run so much more smoothly. And some example questions, things you might be trying to figure out. You might be trying to sell a product, as many companies are, sell a service. You might be trying to convince people to vote for a certain candidate or a certain bill or proposition. You might be writing something for school. I know many people need to do research for classes in school, so it's great training for the real world. Or you might be trying to figure out what changes a company needs to make to fix their problem to be more successful. And remember, don't just think about surface questions. Think about questions that will lead you to the root of your problem, or the root of what you're trying to do. You're trying to make more money. What's the root of why people won't purchase your item, or something like that. So be sure to remember that. And a hypothesis. Not all research questions need hypotheses, but it's important to remember that they are useful for projects with a deadline. It's great to do research before you write your research question on what you're working on, especially if you're a student, so you can be prepared for what comes after the research questions. If you need to complete a project or have a PowerPoint or something about the research ready for work or ready for class after the questions, then have an idea of what you think is going to happen with your research. Have a hypothesis of what's going to happen so you're ready for the next step. And the most important thing, I think, in this presentation that I can stress to you is to read, and reread. Look over your questions as many times as you can. Have other people read your questions as long as it's not sensitive material, and have them double check for spelling and grammar. You might look at your questions so many times that you become immune to those problems, to those spelling errors, and you don't see them anymore. And so it's really important to have someone else look and find the inconsistencies in your questions or the questions that sound weird. Read them over and over again and try to read them as if you've never seen them, so that you can really judge, oh, this question doesn't sound right, or oh, if I'd never seen this, I wouldn't understand this question, or I'd have a question about it. And so read it as many times as you can so that you're ready to send it out. Another way to make sure you're ready to send it out is to pre-test. Find a sample of your sample, basically a smaller version of who you're going to ask the questions to of your population, and give your questions to them. Have them read them, have them answer them, have them tell you what worked and what didn't work and which questions were confusing. This is a really great way to get honest feedback and a really good time to train data collectors so that they know what commonly asked questions will be when people are taking the survey, and so that they're ready to give the actual survey and they've already practiced. So that is all I have for you here today. I hope you're ready to write your research questions. Thanks for listening with me today. Everyone have a good one.